Hi, good morning. Welcome to another Vibes and Frequencies video. Today well, I was gonna say I'm excited today, but I think I'm just really excited lately in general. And a lot of it has to do with Moldavite and Phenakite, which is this new one that I've been working with, and you guys have probably seen I just started talking about recently. So I still now have had this for 4 days, the Phenakite on top of the Moldavite. And in today's video, what I want to talk about is synchronizations, angelic numbers, those kind of like weird repetitions and things that kind of seem like perhaps glitches in the matrix that I've been experiencing. So that's exactly what this video is, and I'm really excited. So stick around because this is going to be a fun one to talk about, at least for me. Just 2 days ago, so it's been 4 days with Phenakites and Moldavite. So just 2 days ago, 2 days into it, I had this really profound dream. Profound in that it was so for me. And I kept seeing the number 3 in the dream, and there was this being that, this was my interpretation, of course, is basically telling me that 3 is my power number. I have no idea what that means, to be honest with you guys. I guess I probably should have looked it up before making this video, but this being told me that 3 is my power number, and it was so intense feeling when they told me that, and it just made sense, right? So I wake up in the morning, and I decided that I wanted to go sun gazing. So this was yesterday, if my timing is correct there. Yeah, so I went to go sun gazing, and I'm sun gazing, and then finally it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, the sun's too high now, I'm not gonna stare at it, not a good idea. And I go to turn and to start like hiking home, and there's 3 planes up in the sky, okay? Now here's the thing, is they were all like 1 plane, 2 plane, 3 plane, and they were all at the same exact altitude and so close to each other, like planes should not be flying that close to each other. Granted, they were really high up, so that could have been an illusion for me, but I digress. 3 planes super close to each other at the same exact looking altitude, real close, and they weren't moving. Again, could have been my own perception. Of course, that's always, a possibility with these kinds of things, but to me, in my reality, these planes were just frozen in the sky, and there was 3 of them, and they did not move, and I stood there with my jaw, like almost touching my chest, for a good few minutes, and I was looking at it, and all of a sudden, I just heard this epicness from the dream that I had just had the night before saying, 3 is your power number. Like, if anybody knows what a power number is or what 3 might mean, please tell me in the comments below. But yeah, so I saw that, and then I was walking down this hill, and I'm thinking, that's weird. That's a pretty funny synchronicity. That's more profound than any of the other synchronicities that I've had with Moldavite so far. And I've got my Phenakite in my headband at this point too, which I also do right now, but I mean when I was on the mountain. So I'm walking down the mountain, and there's like this gate towards the end, and it's like this old wooden fence. And I'm looking at it, and of course I'm thinking about the number 3, but this is kind of how synchronations have been taking place for me. I'm thinking about this number 3 and what it means, and I see that there's 3 like spokes in the ground. Not spokes, that's to a bicycle. Posts. There's 3 posts in the ground, and then there's like a link, and there's like space in between, and then 3, and then a link, and then 3, and then a link, and then 3. And then I get to the parking lot, and there's 3 cars parked there. There's only 3. So these are just like little things, but I was like, what the heck? And then I'm driving home to my apartment, and my car is a Ford Fiesta. Not that you're asking, but it's important for this. It's a Ford Fiesta, and I am driving home, and to the left of me is another Ford Fiesta. And I was like, oh, hey, that's kind of cool. It's not something that I haven't seen before. And then I look in my rearview mirror, and it's another Ford Fiesta. So there's just 3 of us, 3 Ford Fiestas just driving in the same direction, and we all got off at the same exit. And it's like, what is going on? So that being said, that was the first thing that I noticed, and that's pretty much all that's happened with the number 3 so far. I still have time. I'm still trying to figure out what that means. It was just this weird, and it felt really glitchy too. So I'm not going to get all into what Moldavite feels like and what Phenakite feels like, because I have other videos on that. This one is really just isolated on my own personal experience of the synchronizations that have been happening. So that's a synchronization there. Now I'm going to talk about, I know I mentioned in the beginning of this video, angelic numbers. Now I know that these are also talked about as being synchronizations, but This happened to me this morning, and this is literally why I'm making this video. So again, I'm not a pro. This is all very fresh in my mind here. I'm just a rambler. But I go to sleep last night, and of course I had posted my video yesterday morning. And so I go to sleep and I wake up pretty early this morning and I log on to YouTube, which is usually how I go and I kind of start my days, to like maybe respond to people's comments, see how my YouTube's doing, brainstorm what kind of video I want to make today. And so anyways, I go on and I click on the video from yesterday and it has 222 views, 222 views, right? And 22 of likes. And I was like, hey, that's pretty funny. 222. I'm pretty sure that's something important, like some angelic number or something that people mention in their synchronizations. So I was like, huh, that's pretty interesting. And then I notice vibes and frequencies, subscriber count, 222. And then I was like, okay, this is just too weird. And the thing is when I see these synchronicities, it feels like both these are coming together. The heart explosion power of Moldavite, the brain tingling that I get from Phenakite, and this like up here kind of like weight that I have that's just like no gravity up above me. I feel those and it's like this explosion, and it's like reality's like a whip cracking down on reality. Everything is just shaking around me. And this is a feeling. It's not like I'm literally seeing like everything's shaking like an earthquake. It's a feeling, and it just feels really intense. And I felt like I was receiving some kind of like weird communication or download, which I also mentioned in this video. So I saw these numbers, 222, 222, 222, right? All in the span of like 15 seconds. And I just went into complete like wah, 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 wah. And I felt like I was receiving all of this information, and I'm not going to get into what that information is because it's not really stuff that I want to talk about on my YouTube channel. I just like talking about crystals pretty much. But anyways, I get this information, right? And I was like, whoa, that was super cool. And part of the information, it made me want to click and see how one of my other videos was doing, which was like one of my Moldavite videos where I made like top 10 benefits or something like that. And I click it and 555, that's the exact views. And then I was like, okay, what the heck? So I clicked on the next recommended video for my channel, 333. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I like got up, I walked out of my room, and I went for my bike ride. And this is where it keeps happening to me, guys. My bike ride before this video, sorry, I know this is kind of weird. I don't want to stand there anymore. I'm gonna stand over here now. I just didn't like it. So before filming this video, I go on my bike ride, right? And there are all these birds flying above me, which there usually are because I ride my bike by the lake I live at, and there's lots of birds, crows particularly, but they're flying in pairs of 3, like all of them. I didn't see a single crow by itself this morning, and I didn't see a single, like more than 3 grouping of crows, if that makes sense. There just was always 3. And again, this weird feeling and this download. So Moldavite is known for synchronizations, and Phenakite, from what I've seen, this is not my own experience. From what I've read from other people, they're saying that it helps with contact with the angelic realms, right? So I don't really know much about that. I do have my own experiences of what it feels like, and I can feel that there is some weight in that area. I'll be honest with you guys, but I'm not going to talk about that yet because it's been 4 days and I'm not going to put out information I'm not sure of yet. So I will say that the Phenakite, at the very least, is like, boom, like a megaphone amplifying Moldavite's power of synchronization. And the thing is that the few synchronicities that I had before with my Moldavite and just Moldavite, they were really cool and really interesting, but it was more of this kind of trippy, like alien feeling. Like it felt like a glitch in the Matrix is how it feels like with Moldavite synchronizations. Why can't I say that? That's what it felt like with Moldavite, is just this kind of weird, like trippy, like you know that there's more going on than just this 3-dimensional reality. Like it's, to me, that's what Moldavite synchronizations feel like. Is it just feels like this weird, impactful reminder of this isn't quote unquote real, not in a bad way, but it's like this empowering kind of feeling, right? And that's kind of how those synchronizations feel for me. Now that I've added Phenakite to it, I can't go 20 minutes, like I said, without having a synchronization. And like every other hour, I'm getting weird downloads, and it feels like euphoric ants in my brain. If you saw my other Phenakite video, you know what I'm talking about. And it's crazy because now the synchronizations don't just feel like this wah wah wah. This is trippy. How cool, you know? Like this is the Matrix. That's what it felt like with Moldavite. With the Phenakite added to it, it's like there's this glitch in the Matrix. But once it glitches, it's like some hand, now I'm not saying I'm visually seeing this, but it's like some kind of energy is reaching down when the glitch happens and is telling me something. And this isn't an auditory, I'm hearing it, it's a download. I feel like if you guys are watching my videos, or I'm guessing you know what I'm talking about receiving downloads. It's a very interesting feeling. And the way that that information surfaces in us over time, even after that, is a very unique experience. So I've gone from just weird synchronizations that are trippy to synchronizations that are seemingly healing me. Really is what it feels like. I feel like I'm just constantly being healed, and I feel, you know that song where the guy's like, I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I just thought of that. Sorry. I feel beautiful. I feel beautiful. Moldavite on its own, I felt incredible power when I brought Moldavite into my life. Incredible power. And I almost kind of felt like I was above, and not in a looking down at other people or other things, but it was like on a higher dimensional plane is what it felt like. Like I just kind of existed a little bit above everything and was just like a passive observer. Bringing Phenakite in with the Moldavite, obviously, like I said, it's increasing all these synchronizations, downloads, angelic numbers that I'm spotting like all the time. It's super weird. But the difference now is that instead of just feeling up above everything, I feel like I am everything. I feel way more connected, and it's like, and again, this is my own personal experience, but I feel like this detachment that I normally have, which the detachment's not bad at all. I don't mind it. It's like instead of feeling totally detached, it feels like I am everything. And that's information that I've thought about before and realized for myself in my own belief system of my existence in the universe is that I am everything and everything is me. That's how I personally feel. So I've always felt that and thought that, but it's very different to like exist in it. And that is 100% bringing the Phenakite in with it. And this is the combination together. This is not just about Phenakite on its own. That's a video I'm going to make in a few days. For these together, it's like I just feel so beautiful. And it's not this like when you feel like you look really good in the mirror one day and you're like, oh, I'm looking so good today. I can't wait to go walk around and prance my stuff. It's not that kind of feeling beautiful. It's incredible feeling. It's beautiful. I should plan my videos and not just wing it so that I can find out better explanations to say to you guys, but I'm a wing it kind of person. So I just feel beautiful with this combination, guys. And every step I take is like a glitch in the system, but not a glitch like it's broken. It's a glitch like I'm accessing something much higher than this physical thing. Not that there's anything wrong with the physical thing, of course, but wow. So Moldavite and Phenakite, guys, the synchronizations, the angelic numbers that I'm seeing, the downloads that I'm getting, it's only been 4 days. It's only been 4 days, and yeah, it's just bonkers. And I know that everybody resonates with different kinds of crystals and stuff. You know, for instance, I know some people are like, get that Moldavite away from me, you know. And some people really like certain crystals like Herkimer Diamond that I personally really do not like the way Herkimer Diamond makes me feel. And that's most people's favorite combination with Moldavite is to add Herkimer Diamond to it. I can't do it. I really dislike it. So that just is me explaining how everybody's different, right? Everybody's got a different vibration and different vibrations they'll click with. For me, the Phenakite, it's so incredible. I'm so happy, and I feel so beautiful, and it's a really nice kind of beautiful feeling. And wow, I mean, the synchronizations, to me, the way I'm personally interpreting it is it's like I'm being guided, but not by something outside of myself. It feels like the real me, the deep self inside of me that is the universe around me, is creating signs and throwing it at my three-dimensional self saying, look, dude, you're right. You are everything else. Keep walking. Keep moving forwards. You're killing it. That's how it feels to me. So thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. Whenever I know I've got some pretty awesome subscribers who always watch all my videos all the way through, and it means a lot to me because I know I just ramble and say random stuff, but crystals are so awesome, guys, and I know everybody's different, but this is it. I mean, I'm not saying this is it as in I'm done looking at other crystals and bringing others into my life, but this is my favorite crystal. It is Phenakite. This is my favorite crystal. It's been 4 days, and I really resonate with this one and feel it. Moldavite is my favorite tektite. That's the distinction I'm making now, okay? Moldavite is my favorite tektite. Phenakite is my favorite crystal. And together, it's like they are this perfect being that just hangs out with me and lets me share its vibe. And I really appreciate it a lot. So, again, I'll stop rambling. Thank you for watching. You guys have a beautiful rest of your day. If you've worked with Phenakite, if you've worked with Moldavite, if you've got anything to say that's sparked you from this video, I'd love to hear about some synchronizations, any numbers that you see. This is really cool and very new stuff to me, so I'll make more videos in the future about this, I'm sure, but this is just kind of my first experiences with it, and I'm having a good old time. So thank you. Bye.